Hello there, welcome to Emerald House of Cars, and today we're going to have a look around this 2012 Volkswagen Sharan 2-litre diesel semi-automatic TDI DSG. It's a 5-door 7-seater in this really deep blue, but let's have a look around and let's see it for ourselves. First thing, of course, to note are these gorgeous headlights in the front. You can see the one there on the left, and you can see the other one there on the right as well, and of course they come right down here, and you can see down here below we've got this beautiful black grille that stretches across the entire car, and of course that's just below our front parking sensors you can see there, and bookending this gorgeous front Volkswagen chrome grille. Absolutely stunning all the way around. It's a massive car, but it's very stylish and has a lot of options when it comes to how it best utilizes that space. You can see the windscreen there. No chips, cracks, anything of the sort. In fact, it's got our big green tick, our Emerald House of Cars stamp of approval, and I'm going to go more into that as the video goes on. Let's come on down here and check out the alloys of this massive machine. First and foremost, because we are the dealership of transparency, we're all about handing you over the information that you need to make the right choices when it comes to cars. We're on the same team, we're just here to help. And second of all, when it comes to used vehicles, there's always a number that needs to be noticed, and of course that is the mileage. But it's not about the number itself, but how that number has been accrued. Has the vehicle been ragged around? Has it been mistreated? Has it been put through its paces and no longer has a lot of life left to give? Well, the easiest way to tell that is by the condition that the alloys come in. Now I'm just down here having a look at the alloys. You can see they're in fairly good nick, although I do want to draw your attention, we do have blemishes around the edge here and here and here as well, starting to come around the middle. Now, that is what the alloy looks like. However, with the age of the vehicle and the amount of miles on the clock, the fact that it only has very mild blemishes around the edges is a great sign of how sensible this car has been maintained and serviced by its past owners. Now let's come up and have a look down the side of the vehicle, and you can see beautiful straight lines all on the panel. You can see that tinted glass in the rear, surrounded by this beautiful chrome strip all the way around. Just have a look at all that chrome top to bottom. You can see that two of the doors are sliding doors on these rails like here, and again you can see more straight lines all the way across. You see we've got our gloss blue wing mirror there with service indicator built in. It's a family vehicle and it's a very safe one, may I add. Speaking of the doors on the sliders, the beautiful thing about this car is you can just, and it slides open. It's just like magic. It slides open itself. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you want to close it as well, let's say you're in a hurry. Yeah. Now you see I'm only doing that with one finger because you really don't need to use a lot of force when it comes to that. You can also see that the sliding rails there themselves are still in great nick. Coming on down here to our second alloy, you can see this one is in even better condition than the first, which again adds credence to what I'm saying about those sensible past owners. It's not about the number, it's how you get there, and it seems that we've got here very sensibly, especially when you take into consideration the age of this vehicle. And you can look around, you see the condition of it all around. It's really in quite good nick. I do notice you have a very small little chip right here just over the wheel arch. Again, doesn't affect the way the car handles, operates or drives, and the fact that it's such an old vehicle, it's 8 years old as of recording, things like this would be expected because obviously it has been used. So let's carry on around, and you can see we got tinted glass in the back. We've got our rear wiper there as well. We also have a beautiful set of tail lights that you can see there on the right and on the left. You can see they're in great nick all the way around as well. Same goes for all of our chrome badges that are attached to the vehicle. That's the Sharan, that's the Volkswagen, and that is the 2-litre TDI Blue Motion badges right there. They're all in great nick. Speaking of great nick, you come on down past our fog lights. Oh, and you can see very little blemish right there just under the fog light. Wouldn't really be noticeable, but if you are scanning the car over, which I implore you to do to make sure this is the car for you, you are going to notice it. But what I wanted to point out was those rear parking sensors that we've got here. Now let's follow it all the way across, and you can see all those rear parking sensors there, and of course our other fog light. And we have this beautiful grey underside. Just going to follow that along there. Absolutely wonderful. Tell you what we'll do, because we're around the back, let's open up and check out the space that we have available to us. Now, this is a 7-seater, so of course this is where seat number 6 and 7 are. But what I love as well is that even though it's a 7-seater, they've taken the liberty of sort of digging in the boot a little more. So it's not just a case of you got to balance things behind the chair. You can proper put them down in there, and that just gives you that little bit of extra space that you know, like I was saying earlier, they've really taken advantage of all the options you could have in terms of space management in here. Now, let's say you're getting a 7-seater, but you don't quite have 6 friends. How easily can I put the seats away? Well, if you have a look under here, oh, actually, no. Sorry about that. Well, if you see this little clasp here, you pull it all the way, push it down like that, and then you just flip that over like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. In fact, let's do it again. So you see, we're just going to clip this all the way, and you see that pumps the chair over there, and you can just push it. You've got to stay holding it clasped to push it, and then it's just flipping this little mat all the way down, and there you go. There you have it. All that space available to you. It's already a pretty spacious car, but that is a boot. I mean, you could fit a king-size mattress in there, no problem. And it's so easy to take advantage of all that space, and so easy to put those rear seats down as well. Very happy with that. Let's have a look down this side of the vehicle, and again, you're seeing that tinted glass, you're seeing that chrome trim all the way around. You're seeing the beautiful straight lines all the way across. Beautiful straight lines. Let's check out alloy number 3. And this one looks clean enough to eat your dinner off. It is in great condition. And the tyres as well. The tyres look fantastic. Certainly has been well maintained, not just by our past owners, but by our staff here at Emerald. Because of course, you know, when you buy a car, it means it's gone through us, and it's not like we're just going to take it out back, rag it around, or even just let it sit and be inactive for a while. We're maintaining these cars, we're servicing them, and as you can see here, the final alloy, cherry on the top, it's in lovely condition. We just have the very mildest of little blemish right there on the edge. So, 4 lovely alloys on this enormous vehicle, as you can see right here. Got our wing mirror with service indicator. It's a practical vehicle, it's robust, it's very safe, and it's got a lot of little surprises. I mean, my favourite surprise was this. Look at that, just one finger. Look at that. That, my friends, is what we in the business call magic. But let's have a look inside and see what you're going to get. And it seems what you're going to get is a lorry load of legroom. I mean, if you want to herd a field of giraffes around in a vehicle, this is the one for you. You got these beautiful, comfortable seats. There doesn't seem to be any wear or tear on them whatsoever. They're in phenomenal nick all the way around. You got your fitted floor mats there as well. Not a stitch nor seam out of place. In fact, I implore you, come on down, book an appointment, come and view this car for yourself, and just have a sit in the back, because it's very comfortable. Bring your sandwiches, bring your newspaper, and you can have a bloody good afternoon in this vehicle. Also, if you're transporting children, which I would hope with a 7-seater you'd have at least one child, you've got the ISOFIX child locking points right there. So if they're in a child seat and they need securing, they need to be safe and secure, then this car can do the trick there as well. Chuck in, of course, we got our interior lighting at every panel of this vehicle, and you've got yourself an absolutely mint 7-seater. Let's do a magic trick again together. Yeah. I am never going to get tired of that. Let's have a look in the front and see what we got ourselves. As you can see, we got electric windows in the front and rear. We got our wing mirror controls as well. Got our central locking and speaker systems surrounding our chrome door handle there. Let's hop on in, but first and foremost, check out our seats. And again, these are some comfortable seats. You can see right there how soft and plump they are. I mean, bloody hell, this is lovely stuff, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. You can see I've left my remote there as well, but absolutely gorgeous. I would highly recommend you come on down. Let's just have a sit in the car and chat, you know what I mean? But let's hop on in and see the condition of our cabin. Now you can see the condition of the cabin itself matches very much the outside that we've seen so far. Doesn't seem to be any scratches or scuffs, certainly no burns or marks. And I think this further helps paint the picture of that sensible past owner of this vehicle. Now let's have a look quickly at our instruments, and you can see there's 63,162 miles on the clock. Let's round it up and say 64,000 miles on the clock, and you have a vehicle that's in this good nick, in such good condition, and drives and handles this well. I mean, you're really getting the best of both worlds. You're getting a car at a used price but in a practically new condition. That is fantastic right there. Tell you what we'll do, instead of looking at the car being inactive, I'll whack my key out and we'll turn this puppy on and we'll have a look at everything it has to offer. So let's turn it straight on right away. First and foremost, you're getting access to your radio right there. We're on DAB, we're on Smooth UK. Absolutely lovely. I'll tell you what we'll do. You see we have access to DAB, DAB2, FM 1 and 2, and AM 1 and 2 right there. So any channel you're going to want access to, you're not going to have a problem right there with it at all. Fantastic stuff there. Oh, coming on down as well. I mean, you can see we got our menu settings right there. So you have everything that you really need to update your radio settings or change sort of setups with that kind of thing. In terms of media, you can either have Aux Input or CD. You see we've got a beautiful CD slot there set against the gloss black, which is really nice there. You can even operate switching between the tracks. Not going to have a problem there whatsoever. Wonderful. Coming on down, you see we've got our dual zone climate control with heated seats there in the front, so you can adjust the heat on the seats. So tell you what we'll do, we'll turn this on so you can have a listen to it. There you go. And tell you what, let's heat up my seats as well. Oh, that's a bit much for me. Let's whack it off. But you can see it fully works. You got your front and rear windscreen demister, and you got everything you need really to target that air anywhere that you need it to go, which, considering winter is coming, that's going to be an absolute lifesaver. Coming on down here, you've got your parking sensors, your park assist I should say, so you're going to make full use of all those parking sensors, and you got your traction control and various other buttons there as well. We got our semi-automatic drive performance control. You see right here the DSG coated in chrome and lined in that black leather as well. Absolutely gorgeous, set against that chrome backdrop with the R, the N, the D, the S. Absolutely fantastic right there. I'm really impressed with that. Looks very clean and sharp. We've got our automatic parking brake with auto hold. We'll turn that on straight away. And got a 12-volt charging point. Got a couple of cup holders that you can hide behind this really snazzy little shutter. And we've got our leather armrest right there that you open up, and you got full access to an aux input and a little cable that does come with the vehicle. That means you can connect anything via USB. Maybe a phone, maybe a music player, and you can have full access and play it through your media system right there as well. Right, let's turn the puppy on. It seems to be media initializing, but I would much rather just be on the radio. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, coming on over here, you see we have all of our speaker controls and all of our steering wheel controls for a telephone. As you can see, I've clicked it and it's trying to pair with the phone, as you can see right there. Coming on over here. Oh, this is to control your instruments over here. So you can see your instruments right there, and this controls all that right there. Nice and easy. So obviously it's trying to pair with my phone, but I am using it to film with. We've got our cruise control and speed limiter right there as well. It's everything, honestly, that you'd realistically need to have a bloody good time and a bloody good drive. And let's top it off with, in the dash, you have a little pocket there. So if you've got keys, you got a phone, you got something you just want to be out of the way but easy to reach when you need it, you can chuck it in right there. Absolutely fantastic. I love this car. I think it's actually very comfortable, especially for a 7-seater. I think it's in great condition. I think the options that you have everywhere to best utilize that space make it a very flexible car, make it a very adaptable car, and you can use it for a wide variety of options. Now you see we got our interior lighting right there as well, and we've got our vanity mirrors right there too. You go even further up and we have not just one hidden container up here to put things, but we have two, and look at the size of this one. Mamma mia, have a look at that. You could practically put a chessboard in there. So much space up there. And again, that's what I'm saying. This car, it's built for space. It is built. Oh, you even have sound settings in there as well. So you can adjust the treble, the bass, everything you need. You can adjust it all. Not a problem. I love this car. I think the amount of space you get in, the amount of comfort you get in. For a 7-seater, you don't tend to get that very often, but this one just seems to have perfected it. I've always loved a good Sharan. I've always loved a good 7-seater, but even I could admit some of them are not built for comfort in mind. They are built to just ram as many seats in there and GTFO, but this one, they've sort of had to think to themselves, how can we make it comfortable? How can we sort of put a couple of surprises in there to make it not seem like you're just buying a bus, you're actually buying a car that happens to have 7 seats. And this one has certainly done just that. Now this Sharan as well, just like all the other stock that we have here at Emerald, is very special because it's undergone our Emerald 128-point inspection. That's why it's got the Emerald seal of approval, the green sticker that I showed you earlier. And the beauty of that not only means that we've got the car in, we've serviced it and we've checked it. You know, anyone can kick a tire and check that it runs, but we've done the 128-point extensive check. Now AA only do 100 points. For us, that was not good enough. We're the UK Independent Dealer of the Year, and with that comes a responsibility to not only maintain but to improve the standards of the entire motor trade industry. That's why we pioneered the 128-point Emerald check. We're a family-run dealership, and it doesn't just mean that we treat our staff and we treat our customers like family. That's a given. Who wouldn't want to give a cup of tea to anyone who comes in through the door? What it means is that the standards of our vehicles have to reflect how we would treat a family member coming to drive them. Would I feel comfortable giving the keys to this Sharan to my mom to go down to the shop and buy whatever moms like to buy? I don't know, makeup or whatever. I really should speak to her more often. Would I feel safe handing her the keys? Do I know for a fact that this car is safe, secure, and is not going to cause her an issue? Would I hand the keys over to my elderly mother? That is the answer. That is the question. And that's why we've done our 128-point check. It means I can chuck the keys at my mother. She's not going to have a problem, and I'm going to have that peace of mind, because quite frankly, anyone who comes in to our showroom and has a test drive of any of our vehicles, we treat like our family. Are we going to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that they're test driving a car that is safe and secure? That's why we do the check, and this car has passed that check with flying colours, and of course we've taken it out for that test drive, and it drives like an absolute dream. For a 7-seater, it handles quite well. It's actually quite sensitive in the steering wheel. I'm very surprised about that, but honestly, come on down and see it for yourself, because it's no look at me telling you how I think it drives. I'm not going to be the one driving it. You know, why not come on down and see it for yourself? Trust your instincts and see it for yourself. That's all I can say. Because honestly, quite frankly, if there's anything in this video that's even mildly piqued your interest, I would implore you, come on down, see it for yourself, take it for a test drive. We'll get you a cup of tea, we'll have a chat with you, I can show you the magic doors, we'll have a great time. You know, let's make a day of it. I'm just kidding. Let's not spend the whole day here. I know you have way more important things to be doing than hanging around with me, sliding the door open. But you know what? Let's have a fun time together. Let's make some friends. Let's have a chat, and let's help you find the right car for you. Is it the Sharan? I certainly think the Sharan is, it's an adaptable car. It's practical. It's robust. It's got everything you'd need if you've got a large group to transport around frequently. It's definitely got all the makings of a Hall of Fame car for that. But I also think if you're not transporting 6 people all the time, it's just a really adaptable, practical car. You could use it for almost anything, and I would highly recommend at least coming down and giving it a shot. What have you got to lose? And most importantly, what have you got to gain? What you've got to gain is some friendship and some good times spent here at Emerald. Thank you very much for watching this video. Stay safe.